Hey party people, welcome back to the LEGO City. It's Emily and today's update is probably one of the biggest LEGO City updates we've had in a while. I feel really good with the progress in Uptown Ladyburg and I think you guys are going to be really impressed too. I'm pretty sure this is also our first LEGO City update with the blue walls, so everything looks a little bit better in here, I think. After painting the walls, this feels like a totally different room than it was before. Anyways, my husband and I really enjoyed working on the LEGO City over the last few weeks. We spent quite a few hours in here, so if you are new, please consider subscribing and like the video to help me out. That being said, I am so excited to show you everything new in the LEGO City. Let me know what you think in the comments. We decided to start with the walls so that the layers could look more connected. I asked Ross to come do all of the wall building here because he was the one who built the first wall between the first and second levels of the LEGO City. And he's a lot quicker than I am. I love the look of the gray masonry bricks here, and I was lucky enough to find a ton of them when I was in Paris last year for an event. They had a fully stocked pick-a-brick wall. It was actually wild. So I grabbed 6 or 7 cups full of these gray masonry bricks to take home with me. The archways we're building here really elevate the wall from being just brick built to having a lot more dimension, and they look more realistic to me too. It's rare to find a boring brick wall, I think, with zero design in it, so the archways just give it that extra touch I think it needs. I also wanted to have a lot of greenery along the walls because there's greenery right below it, so that just made sense to me. I want to go through and add a little bit more greenery to the wall later, but this is an amazing start. Then, to connect the different levels of the LEGO City, I wanted a combination of rock wall and stairs slash like man-made features. All of this is man-made, obviously, because it's like a LEGO City, but, you know, you get the point. We decided on building 2 different sets of stairs, but for these here, they're more of a classic look. They blend in well with the wall around it, as well as the more classic feel to the park. We really tried using primarily just pick-a-brick pieces that we already have on hand, since we have so many of each. I found that when working on the LEGO City, it's so much easier when you have a ton of the same piece, because it makes it look really uniform, but also more realistic. So yeah, when you're looking at our LEGO City, you'll probably recognize a lot of pieces from recent pick-a-brick wall offerings at the LEGO stores. And that applies to the first set of stairs, as well as most of the greenery, the cobblestone, the lake, and the trans blue tiles on it. Pretty much everything you're seeing here. Anyways, moving on now to what I actually did in the LEGO City this week. Ross went to a Blink-182 concert in town, and I didn't go, so I stayed in and worked on the LEGO City for a few hours to build out more of what is to become a food court slash food truck style area in Ladyburg Park. We're still kind of workshopping an official name for the park, so if you have any ideas, please drop them in the comments. I loved the little tiki-style food stand from one of the Friends sets, and actually, side note, I saw this set at the LEGO store recently on display, and the brick specialist there was showing it off. I actually really want to build that set now, as is, just so I can play with it some more. But yeah, so I included the little tiki hut in that set with like a cobblestone walkway in front of it. I then decided to take a little pancake shop from the small $10 Friends set and place it here as well, since I love pancakes, and it fits the scale that I was going for. It came with a little mixing stand on a table, as well as a pancake menu, which I loved as accessories to place near it. Then I added a little noodle shop from the summer 2023 LEGO City set because I've had some really incredible pad thai from like a small food truck in Austin before, and it reminded me of that. Next, I wanted to add an actual sitting area with picnic tables, so I decided to put it in the corner so it's kind of out of the way but still near to food stands. I wanted something colorful, so I tried this first tile pattern with black in it, but I didn't like it, and also I didn't have enough pieces to make it work. So I went in with the simpler white and pink style instead. I still need to build some more tables and chairs for it, but I placed all of this here for now. It also still needs tons of minifigures, but that'll come later too. I also really like this banner from one of a Friends food truck sets. I thought it was cute, and it kind of ties the whole thing together just a bit better. Moving on now to the Botanical Gardens again. Last video, this was the main focus. Now I'm finally finishing it off. The pathways from the lake over to the gardens needed the most help, so I decided to continue the cobblestone path leading over to the entrance, or rather brick built, I guess. It's not really cobblestone as much. I changed up the design once we got closer though to make it look more like the path ends and the garden's property begins. I used those little gold bar pieces, I think they're called anglets, and tons of jumper tiles for the design so I can place minifigures there later. It's obviously a bit bare right now, so I'm gonna go back later and add maybe some more trees or plants in the courtyard, maybe a bench as well, but I think it's a good start at least. I'm probably also going to go through the rest of the gardens with this style because I just really like how it looks. And then to wrap up the Botanical Gardens section, at least for now, I know there's a lot more to do. I finished the greenery around the brick path and added some unevenness to it to make it look more like rolling hills. As you can see, the whole Uptown Ladyburg area is really starting to come together. There's still quite a bit of space to work on, but I'm really happy with the progress so far. First, I want to show you the Botanical Gardens because I'm just really proud with how it has turned out, and I worked really hard on it. So you can see all the greenery here overlapping the path leading to our Botanical Gardens. And I love these kind of stairs here because this is elevated by one plate and then another plate here. You can see the green along there a little bit, but I don't really mind that. It's like not a big deal to me. It would be better if I tiled all of this on like a tan plate, but we're just gonna ignore it. It's fine. After looking at this a little bit more up close though, I do want to switch out some of these jumpers to make the pattern kind of similar to what we're seeing up here. I think it looks a little too different and I'm not thrilled with that. I also think it'll look really good to continue this tile pattern around just to finish it all off. I kind of like that it's just studs here because it looks more natural and like dirt, I guess, but the tile also looks really nice. So I think I'm gonna go through and tile it. If anyone's like totally against that, please let me know in the comments and like I'll think about it some more. But besides that, I think the Botanical Gardens are pretty much finished at this point. I mean, obviously we still need to like finish along the wall to like blend this a little bit better, but that's to come later. Then looking over to the food court, I'm actually really proud of this area. I don't know, I know it's really simple, but I think it looks nice and it's a work in progress. You know, it's a good start. We're gonna keep going with it. This little noodle stand here is so cute, I think. And I also love that bowl of ramen on top. Like, that just looks so good to me. I love ramen. The stand itself is kind of tiny, but I also see some really small food stands, so I don't think it's that unrealistic. I still do need to add some more cobblestone in front of the noodle stand, but I'll get to that probably this week. And then behind it as well, I'm not really sure what to put here. Maybe like a fence of some sort, or just some taller grass. Kind of like these little pokey pieces here. And then for the food court, I didn't really plan ahead too much with it. You might be able to tell. But with the jumpers here, I kind of forgot that having the stud in the middle is kind of a pain, which is why everything's kind of like at an angle. It kind of looks like they were just kind of placed there and it makes it look less fancy, which is a vibe, I guess, that I could be going for, but I think I want it to be a little bit more put together and organized, have everything aligned a little bit better like a grid. But I am really happy with how the food court area is looking so far. I just need to add more to it at this point and just like, you know, fix the like actual seating area. Looking at the wall though, something I really want to happen with this wall, I was telling you guys earlier, but I love having like the masonry bricks here, but I also want some more man-made features. And I think that would look really good in this area with like the tan slopes, maybe with the path leading up into that, because we have a bunch of them and we were using them here for this like beachy cliff. So it's not like we don't have the pieces to make it work. We just need to actually do it and figure out how to make it look good. I also had a little bit too much fun in the Lego City with the minifigures. So you all know the Grimace Shake going around from McDonald's. I have a few of them hidden around in the Lego City. I gave him one. There's another one up here. This little girl has one. And then I had this guy over here doing the trend, you know, where like he tries to Grimace Shake and it ends poorly. He has his ring light and phone. He's like making a TikTok video. I don't know if that'll stay forever, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Anyways, let me show you what's going on over here. Ross used to play tennis, so he thought it would be really fun to have some sort of like sports complex kind of thing in the Lego City. One of the new friend sets actually had a lot of the sports stuff in it, so it made it perfect, even though it's like kind of a soccer one. You can probably tell from that up there, that giant soccer ball. But it kind of works for tennis. The ref or whatever is on the podium there, and then there's like a little tennis court. It's kind of fun. I want to switch it up a little bit though, so that the white lines are kind of like at the same level as the green plates, because I feel like it doesn't really make sense right now, like having them at different elevations here. And I think coming up, we want to expand this like sports complex area to include a few more sports, but I'm not sure which ones yet to do. It kind of just depends on like what pieces we have. But then something else pretty big we want to work on in the Lego City here is like this whole second tier, right? There's nothing on it. It's just gray base plates and this like weird monster that Ross made. I'm gonna move that actually. I want it to be essentially like a city center, but we're kind of nervous to get started on it because we keep going back to like a grid system. And you can kind of see what I mean by that with this river. It's not super gridded, but it like kind of is though. You know what I mean? It's meandering, but barely. And so when it comes to making a city center over here, we want to plan it out really, really well so that there's no grids. It's not gridded. It doesn't look like our messy downtown. I want almost everything at angles to make it look more like a small town, kind of like winding roads and stuff like that. I think that would look really cool there. So I guess we're just kind of nervous right now to get started because I don't want to mess it up. If you do have any suggestions about this area though, please let me know. I need all the help I can get. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We've been having a lot of fun working on the Lego City together. We like put on Bluey on the TV and just like go at it. It's great. New Bluey episodes actually just dropped on Disney Plus, which has been keeping us very busy, even though we've already already watched all the new episodes like twice now. Anyways, please leave me any insight or advice down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!